Are we doing alright? Another week, another video. Timed that right, didn't we? How did we guess the boat was going to come past? Well, she's left me alone again this week. And we start in the middle of a flight of locks. Stockton locks. So, we've had flight of locks, staircase lock, grounding.
That's fun, getting grounded on your own, isn't it? Getting off the boat.
I thought I was going to have to put my wellies on. Oh, entry into Braunston. We've got to Braunston.
Yeah.
Well, we've moved on since then, but like, this week's getting to Braunston. Busy couple of days.
You did a lot of miles and a lot of locks on your own, didn't you? It was a hard couple of days, wasn't it?
This week's video was a little bit easier than the one before. But yeah, I'll leave you to it.
Enjoy. Thank you to all our new subscribers. We really do appreciate your support. Hopefully you can take some useful information from these videos.
You can do something today.
What? Push the button, ring the bell. It's free to everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't already.
I've got to make her do some work since she's here. Let's see her on the other side. How do? You're alright. Lock number 6 today of 10, and that is apparently Welsh Road, and this is Welsh Road and Lockhouse, or Welsh Road Lockhouse. It's a bit of a solo day. Solo day again. Tasha's gone back down to Bournemouth, so we've ran to Long Itchington and we've dropped the van off at Long Itchington, and then ran back to the boat at Bridge 35 on the Grand Union. Yes, we're still there, and we're just moving up to Long Itchington with the boat. Aim to be in Braunston this weekend. There's not much on this strip, which is why I haven't done an awful lot. I think the only thing that's been here is the blip of the landscape of HS2. It's beautiful, but nothing else to see. 6 locks. In a minute, I've got a staircase of 2 in a set of 3, which I'll show you when I get there. But other than that, we'll see in a bit. So here's the set of locks, and at the top of it, we've got a flight of 2 that are together. It's a bit of learning if you haven't turned around and done it, and I'll explain it when we get up there. It's not easy to understand, but once we get up there, you'll understand it when you see what happens. As we come to lock 16, which have opened, you can actually make out the old canal wall coming out the old lock, which is just tucked behind the new set from when it was the main heyday of canaling or moving stuff by boat. If I can get a chance, I'll try and get to the other side and have a look, but I've got to keep an eye on the safety of the boat while we're doing it. The canal used to be where that bywash is there, and it used to come down this way, down into here, and you can see the recess for the old lock, the old narrow lock. Okay, and then it's now a bywash. We're keeping the boat safe. We haven't started raising our boat yet. That's the old lock gate entrance or exit, and it's been blocked up. So, and that's the wall I was looking at. So you can see where this has been built to fit onto the edge of. Hope that helps. And if you can see it, this block would have dated back to 1902. And then you can just make out the recess of the old lock wall, or the pound wall, with the lock gates. So there you go, single set of locks to get up and down with the original Grand Union. every day's a school day. I've learned something since I've been on this canal. So basically it just works in the same principle of an ordinary lock. It's just the fact that you have two together. So the boat's in the bottom one, not in the lotter one. We will close the gate. And then do exactly what we did with that one. Now it's turned out to have been a very pleasant afternoon, a little bit breezy, but when you've had a day like that to come up with, you can cope with a little bit of breeze, provided it isn't too breezy for your boat to fly away. Right, so that's the little lock. The lock gate shut, get the windlass. We walk to the top of that one and being very, very careful on how we do it. As you can see, leaky lock gates. We have the next one. Right, so open the gate. I've come back down just to release the rope because it was stuck between that little bit of groove of flag. I need to turn around and open the gate a little bit more because we're not filling that quick, and I've got to think about the leaky lock gates at the top. All credit to solo handlers, we don't do this very often. We're draining this pound, being held by the leaky lock gate. As you can see, the water movement, the boat's moving up. I've still got a bit to go on the paddle, just keeping an eye on the boat due to the fact that, like, being on my own, soloing, I've got to make sure that it doesn't float away, get stuck so that I sink it. It's all the little problems you have as being a boater, and this is the first time I've done an actual series of locks together as a staircase on my own. So far so good. Let's put a little bit more water out. Right, so now that the water's equated, I should be able to lean on the lock gate. It will open. There we go. And then we move the boat forward into this lock, close the paddle at this one, and then start the process again, fill in this one. It's hard work, simple and very manageable, just hard work. If you're not careful, you can actually sink your boat just off the front of the actual lock, because if you get too much water, and in some locks, them being absolutely huge in depth, you can actually get water pouring onto the front of the boat, which gets into your gas locker at the front, if you've got a gas locker at the front. Ours is at the back, so we haven't got anything that fills the void as much. So we could actually sink our boat if water sat onto the front of the boat. So where the plant is, we have a hatch that would be a gas locker if our boat needed gas at the front. So we're going to close the paddle and the lock gate, and then open the paddle at the other end and treat it just like a normal lock now. So I'll leave you to that one. I'll see you in a little while. Morning from Long Itchingston. We're there. It's just before 8 and that's our boat there. Just before I turn the engine on, because it's just before 8, I'd come and look inspect the lock, open it up, make sure we can turn around and get through. We have some moorers, permanent moorers, just behind the column for the paddle. So I can't really move. Maybe I can do the lock to get me up onto the top to the lock landing for 8 o'clock. So I thought I'd give you a quick little tinkle. We have 13 locks to do today to get to Brownhills, or there or thereabouts. 10 of them take us up to Calco, and then we've got 3 at Calco. We can hire boats for a holiday if you so wish. Yeah, we've got a long busy day. It should take about 7 hours because it's all uphill. Yeah, we did Hatton, which brought us down, so if you go down you've got to crack on. Try and catch you with something interesting later on. I know it's a little bit sparse in what there is to see because it's tree lined on both sides, most of it, so I will apologise. We'll do the bit into Braunston. So, top of the lock, we have a pile of boats, permanent moorings, so we have a run up the Stockton locks. Yeah, it'll be a nice little cruise, got no rush, but we just slowly pootle by. As I said, boats come in all set shapes and sizes, styles, liveries, paintings, even down to the steering mechanisms. Oh, the old British Waterways painted one there. But there you go. That's the Warwickshire Fly Boat Company and boats. Definitely onto the Stockton locks now. 2 up. Let's carry on. As we come under bridge 23, we get the full set. This is the sharp incline. All being well, we can try and do what we did with Hatton. Enjoy it. Try and get as much as you can do if I don't tire myself out. Into lock 11 with a flight to go up. Need to crack on. I'll probably see you at the top. So we're in lock 7. But I think I might be having to backfill a pound due to leaky lock gates and constant flow of water. But hey, as you can see, that's how much we've got. Don't know how much I'm going to be able to do. We've still got another 3 before I get out of like a flight, and let's see, hopefully, I'd like to think this was full. No, that's empty as well. Might be able to get a little bit of water into the pound, but let's see how we get on. So no, we got grounded, but it's one of them. We had to try, didn't we? We've turned around and ridden our luck, but yes, we're grounded. So close that lock off. Let's backfill a little bit out of the previous one, or the one that we're going to turn around and go into, and see whether we can float her again. At least I could get off without getting my feet wet. So, top of the lock, or top of the flight, we've phoned in for being stuck. I got told that it was going to be an afternoon visit by a CRT member. We're at Lockie, and I get to the next lot and there's a lock keeper walking up the flight and filling it. He was just doing a casual Saturday morning visit, and well, he's now sorting out the backfill. There's another boat just behind me, which was the reason why I phoned it in, but it's done. Now on to Calco. So you'll probably be able to see the lock keeper behind me, if I can get in there. Let's do that. He's sorting the lock flight case out to backfill it. So leave him to it. He's let me carry on without shutting the gate, so he sorted it for me. But we're at Stockton Top Lock. Let's crack on with the day. So we've just come past Nelson's Wharf. There's gin o'clock that's on hire from Hoe Seasons, or through Hoe Seasons. There's other hire boats, and they've also got pods to stay at, plenty to see and do. I just, unfortunately, we're having to go slowly because of the amount of live on board boats, but that's the joys of boating. Beautiful day today. Little way, and then we've got Calco 3. We'll stop off there. We need some gas and a gas bottle and gas diesel and a little bit of paint, but see how we get on. Calco boats, so, and there's somebody on the lock, so we might be able to drag a free ride up the lift to get it. We'll see what happens. We need diesel, so we're going to stop here and see what we can get. So down to Wigram's turn corner. Turning left. You're right. Turning left to Braunston. You've got the Aqua Vista, Wigram's Turn Marina. I think we might need to have a look at the connections on the horn. So that way I'll take you to Oxford. And this way takes us to Braunston. Almost there. Be about an hour, I think. Hour and a half. Definitely by 3 o'clock. Let's see how we get on. Not much to see on this one until we get to the junction. Might stop just before the junction, moor up and take a walk, see whether there's anywhere to look. It's amazing how people make boat houses. Must be a butty because there's no windows in it, but it's newly done too, so each to their own. It's fantastic, just rolling countryside. Let's just open up to just peace and quiet, just the sound of the engine and a little bit of the car traffic that's going along the road, but other than that, not a lot, bar my horn every now and again just to cover going round bends. Don't want to crash into anybody now, do we? But the sun's out, it's lovely, it's beautiful, it's nice and warm. There has been loads of boats out. Must be the beginning of the season. Talking to the guys at Calco, today's the beginning of the hiring sessions, so they're busy fulfilling pillow covers onto pillows and duvets for the first lot of the year's trade of hire boats. So yeah, couple of boats going to Braunston, so we might be stuck for somewhere to moor, but it's all the look at the left. Gonna go before I lose the phone into the canal. I've got another bend. See you in a bit. Absolutely beautiful. Feels like I'm back on the River Trent with this wind. It's just a little bit breezy, but it's all part of boating. One of our viewers. I'm sure we'll catch up with him during the course of the Wobbly Boater. So as we head into Braunston, we've got 2 bridges left. We've got a boat coming up at us, and we have a decision at the second bridge, which is a footbridge, whether to go left and see whether it can get a 3-point turn and get in at the bottom, or whether a moor up, take a hike in and then turn right if there's a space. But I'll ask this boat as we go and see what they come up with. So the Grand Union turns right, and then the Oxford Canal North turns left, which is where the second bridge is. But we'll see whether we can get away means and find somewhere to moor. So I can't moor here, which is understandable. It's a very narrow patch, but there's the bridges that takes you either left to Oxford North Canal, or I turn right and go to Braunston. Let's see how we get on. The blue boat that's just the other side of the bridges is at, and I'm going to get hit by a boat. Try again. Welcome to Braunston. So, Midland Chandlery, where the blue boat is, and if you go left, you've got the North Oxford Canal, and if we go right, which we're going to do, we're going to go into Braunston. I have been told by the boat that's just come up that I had to reverse for, that there is moorings up by the pub, so we'll see whether we've got, and welcome to Braunston. Oh look, plenty of moorings, even if it is a bit of a way, but we'll get there. So there you go, I didn't get my feet wet.
No, you did all right. You were lucky.
We've got into Braunston. Yeah, I hope these videos are getting better.
I think they are.
I'm trying not to waffle. I'm trying to put some interesting things into it.
It's not easy, is it?
No, it's not. Not when my mind works like it is. Anyway.
Start of the trading season, so we're not sure what we're going to have on video for you next week. We've got a few options, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got some more of me travel pleasures, haven't we? Travel pleasures.
We'll find something to put together for next week.
Trading.
So if you're in the Leighton Buzzard area, please do come down to Linslade this weekend, because it'll be great to see some of you. We're outside the Globe Inn for 4 days trading, along with about 14 other boats.
It's Easter next week.
Yeah, and it's our first organised trading weekend of the year.
So maybe we should do that, shouldn't we?
What?
Trading. Because then it's like in time, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Okay, well, we might consider that one.
Have a great Easter weekend, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, that's right. I'll join her on that one.
I thought you were going to do it then. Yeah, go on.
Push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you, me, the world. That boat that's just gone past, the gentleman that's walking past, and enjoy Easter. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.